All right. So, Chapter 2, Lesson 8A is about financial literacy, and this is specifically about simple interest. The learning today is I know how to solve problems involving simple interest. So, what is simple interest? So, let's take the second definition here first. Simple interest is the amount paid or earned depending on the principal, rate, and time. Okay, so it's a specific formula, and this is the formula right here, I equals PRT, and we'll go through that here in a little bit. But it's an amount of money in excess that it depends on the principal, the rate, and the time. Okay, and we'll define those in a little bit here. The principal is the amount of money deposited or borrowed into an account like a bank account. Okay, like if you guys have a savings account, the amount that you put in or the amount that you borrow, that full amount, that's called the principal. Okay, so I is the simple interest. That's the amount in extra that you're either making or losing, depending on if you're borrowing or depositing money. P is the principal. Remember, that's the amount that's borrowed or deposited. R is the percentage rate. And T, this is important, T is the time in years. Okay, the time in years. All right, so to remember, let's do example 1. To remember, though, to calculate simple interest, we use the formula IRT. So we have I equals principal times the rate times time. Okay, so it says Jose's savings account pays 3.25% interest. He has $1,200 in his account. How much interest will he earn in 3 years? Okay, so this is very simple. The first thing we have to do is just take it number by number. So let's start here. Jose's savings account pays 3.25% interest. Well, we know that this percentage right here, that identifies the rate, the percentage rate. So we're going to change this to a decimal by moving it back twice, and we get 0.0325. So I'm going to plug that number 0.0325 into the rate section of the problem. He has $1,200 in his account. Okay, that would be the amount that he has deposited. So we're going to put $1,200 right here for the principal. And the question is how much interest will he earn in 3 years? Okay, and that's the time is 3 years. So we just plug the numbers in right there. And we're going to be solving for I. So that's when we have to go get our friend here. We get our friend, let's see here. And we have to type in here, we have 1,200 times 0.0325 times 3. Press enter, and we get 117. So what that means then is that the interest that he makes in 3 years is $117. So if you really stop to think about this, Jose put $1,200 into an account, and without touching it for 3 whole years, he just made $117. Just made $117 free. It's pretty cool. All right, and then now example 2 kind of continues on with that a little bit. It says Jose's savings account pays once again 3.25% interest. He has $1,200 in his account, and the question is how much interest will he earn in 9 months? Okay, so again we have to put in I equals P times R times T. And we know that the interest rate still is 0.0325. The interest rate didn't change at all. He's still borrowing $1,200. But the time, we're trying to figure out what the time is in terms of 9 months. But remember, T is time in years. So we have to take 9 months, and we know that there's 12 months in a year. So we have to put that over 12, 9 over 12, which really reduces down to 3/4. So I can write that as 3/4. Just cross that off here. 3/4. And so now we have to multiply this all the way through again, except we're just using this fraction instead because we're speaking in terms of 9 months. Okay, so we get our friend here. We take 1,200, and we have to multiply that by 0.0325, and then multiply that by the fraction 3 divided by 4. Press enter, and we get 29.25. So again, if we stop and think about what that really means, it means that in 9 months, without touching his account at all, and he put in $1,200 without touching it, in 9 months, he'll have made $29.25 or $29.25. And that is how you solve problems involving simple interest.